Iman here from Design by Iman, and if you are redoing your kitchen, you will want to watch this video because I'm going to talk about all of the new kitchen concepts for 2021. First up, I wanted to talk about hidden kitchens. Hidden kitchens are becoming so popular because people want to hide their mess. Let's take a look. So here on this example on the left, you actually have a hidden doorway pocket so that you can actually hide your doors, and when you open them, you have a sink and a bar area. You can probably even put some of your ugly appliances in there, and then when you're done, you can just shut the door. On the right, you actually have your wall ovens, again, that can be hidden by a hidden door, which is integrated into a pocket next to the appliances. Here is an example of a complete kitchen, and it's hidden and flushed with cabinets. And this is going a step further. If you can hide the entire kitchen behind the wall, if you have the space, this is great for when you have guests over and you want to completely tuck everything away. So here on the left, you have another example of a hidden door, where again, you open it up and you've got your food hidden away. You also have the example on the right, which is the same concept, but in a wooden texture. So here's an example of a cabinet door being hidden and tucked away right inside the cavity. And here's an example of a versatile bar cabinet that can open up with amazing hardware that goes right off to the side. And here's an example of a kitchen cabinet with a folding opening door. And last but not least, this is an option for a turning element system, which is super innovative and can get really fun. So what you want to think about is what you want to hide and what you want to display. And if there's something that you want to hide, you want to look at some of these new innovative features to hide the mess away. Next up, let's talk about island innovations. Here we have an island which actually doubles as a dining space, and the best part is it's on a rail, so it's actually movable. So here's an example of a movable countertop. It creates a bar area when it's pushed out, and it's great for kids if you want to save on space. And when you're done, you can just close up the countertop to cover the island. And here's another example of an island that actually splits right into two, and when it's closed, it actually can cover your cooktop. This is super versatile, even if you want to just use one piece. And here's a different option of a wooden counter that actually can slide open if you only need seating for two. In this movable island, it actually has space also for some of your wine glasses. And this one here is a hidden dining concept. And this is great if you're trying to save space. So when it's tucked in, it really just sits flush against the cabinet. But when it's out, you can actually use it as a serving space. And the image on the right is actually an integrated bench, which can once again slide in so you're not taking up any space when it's not in use. Here you have a multifunctional island, which can once again slide out, and storage comes out right from underneath the sink. And last but not least, you have this dining area with a kitchen island with a sliding effect. So when it comes to islands, there are so many new ways to sit at the island, cover the island, turn the island, and it really just depends on which one is going to work best for you. Next up, let's talk about countertop details. There are so many organization possibilities on the kitchen island. We found that it's amazing when you can actually professionally organize everything so that it has a spot and it is a lot more tidy. And this is a similar concept where everything has a place, including your cutting board, your oils, everything has a slot to fit into. And this is a new concept for people who want to be more organized. Here on the left, you can see the organization possibilities and with the integrated downdraft. And here on the right, you can see an example of how knives and cutting board storage is put away neatly, but in a really modern way. So when you're thinking about the details on your countertop, you want to go for as much organization as your budget will allow, because it'll make your life so much easier. Next up, let's talk about backsplashes. Here in this example, you have this wooden rail that is actually movable. So depending on where you are in the kitchen, you can actually slide it over so that it's a little bit more efficient. And here you actually have a bar installed right on the backsplash. It allows for extra storage and lighting. There's also the iPad holder, which is amazing for following recipes, and everything is at eye level and very accessible. So if you're thinking about a new backsplash, not only do you want to have a beautiful slab, but you might want to think about adding one of these rails to improve the efficiency and function of your kitchen. Next up, let's talk about built-in gadgets. So here we have a built-in drawer that actually is perfect for if you're baking. For example, you can have your mixer on there and then you can push it in when you're done with it. On the left here, we actually have a hidden electrical outlet. So now depending on the country that you're in, this may or may not be to code, but if you can do it, it looks amazing and keeps everything clean and out of sight. And here on the right, we have 3 drawers which are made with wood and metal, perfect for your kitchen dishes. So we've talked about gadgets. Now let's talk about what are we putting inside your cabinets. Let's start with some of these interior organizers. So here is an awesome example of how you can actually organize the interior of your drawer. These spaces can be really modern and contemporary and add a touch of luxury to your kitchen. You can think about where your knives are going, your cutting board, your spices, and be really super organized. So here's an example of how to organize your spatulas. The zigzag design is modern and unique. And here's another option if you want to go for something more clean line and modern. If you love your carbs, you're going to want a place for your bread, and here on the left we have a perfect spot for a bread box. And here on the right we have hidden trash along with added storage for cleaning, which is right below your sink. So when you're thinking about the design of your kitchen, you definitely want to take into account organization as well as some gadgets and maybe hiding some of the mess away. So definitely take some of these principles into account. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and comment below. And if you'd like to work with me, I will leave my details below. We'll see you on the next video.